I recently learned to get my PlayStation 2 working online again. Stick around to the end of the video if you want to get your PS2 back online in 2022. Now, I loved my PS2 and I remember getting the network adapter for Christmas when I was a kid. I played online games like Burnout Revenge, Champions of Norath, and Killzone. In fact, I was playing Killzone on the PS2 during my stream, which is what made me get nostalgic for playing PS2 games online again. I thought to myself, there has to be some way I can get my PS2 online again. So I turned to the internet, or YouTube to be more precise, hoping that somebody would have an answer to my question. But annoyingly, all I could find was people inexplicably already playing PS2 online, or people creating half-baked YouTube videos where they're filming their television on a low-budget camera, explaining how they managed to do it. There is one thing that all these videos had in common, and that was these numbers, these DNS numbers: 457228197. So this was my first real clue to solving this problem. I play all of my PS2 games on my backwards compatible PlayStation 3. And the cool thing about the PlayStation 3 is you can manually edit all of your internet settings. So I went to the internet section, I chose to customize my internet settings, I flicked through all of the setup and got to the DNS settings. I input the magic numbers and tested my internet. As you can see, everything here worked fine, so I chucked Killzone back in the console, and this is where I felt stupid. PlayStation 2 games use the PlayStation 2 memory card for their network configuration, so I had to find some way of getting that network configuration onto my memory card. Luckily, I knew a way. In Champions Return to Arms, if you try and play online without any settings, it actually offers you to press triangle and configure your network. Upon doing so, I was taken to a much more familiar screen from those videos we saw earlier. It was getting tedious now, but I punched in the same numbers. Then we swapped back over to Killzone again. Everything was up and running. The memory card checked out, the network was configured, the DNS settings all worked out, but it still managed to fail. Again, I dived deeper into the internet. I even live streamed it, joining Discord forums and checking Reddit posts, and that's when I found it, the holy grail of online PS2 gaming. This spreadsheet, this list, is a list of every single PS2 game that currently works online. Not only that, it's also a list of other servers, other DNS codes for plenty of other games that still run now. Killzone was on there, but it was either in the wrong region or it required some sort of patch to my game or console or emulation, which was beyond my scope of knowledge. Looks like I'm not going to be able to play Killzone online. But never mind, as you can see behind me, I've got other games. So I grabbed a game off the list, namely Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior. We chucked it in the console and booted it up. We chose the online settings. I already had the network settings saved from our previous attempts. And there you go, it was up and running. I was in a game, I was by myself, but I was in a game, an online game. I have got my PS2 working online again. So that was my struggle in getting my PS2 back online, and if you've made it this far in the video, you probably know how to do it too. I will put a link to the list in the description. Just to be sure, here's a quick rundown of how you can get your PS2 back online. So, the first thing you'll need is a PlayStation 2, either regular or slim, or a PlayStation 3 that's backwards compatible. You'll need a memory card, and you'll need games with the network configuration on their disc. I've got a couple here, but there are loads of them, and it's super easy to find a list online of the games that have that. If you're using the larger PS2, you're going to need that network adapter we mentioned earlier in the video. Then you want to connect your Ethernet cable. For some reason, you cannot use the PS3 wireless connection for network settings. Set up the console, pop in a memory card, and load in a game. As you can see, I'm using Champions Return to Arms, but you can use any of the games I showed earlier. Try to access online play, and you should find an option to create or configure your network settings. Once you've chosen that, you'll be taken to the configuration screen. First thing you're going to want to do is add a setting. Choose the memory card that you want to save your network settings. Then just go through the quick guide. Obviously choose the Ethernet that we plugged in earlier as your hardware settings. Use of PPOE is not required. IP address setup should be set to auto. Now, when we are on the DNS settings, this is where we choose manual. You're going to look back at the server list that we found on the internet earlier and choose the server you want to play on. I'm going to use the server called Christian, and that's the code that you're going to input into your DNS settings. Once you're all complete, you can name your settings something memorable. I'm just going to name mine after the server I'm using. Then you can just double check all your settings, but they should be all fine as long as you followed along. It will save those configuration to the memory card, and then you can give the connection a quick test. Everything looks all good, so we can quit the network configuration settings and start our game up again. Once your game is booted, attempt to access the internet game again, and you should find your network settings saved in the menus. Once that network configuration is saved on the memory card, it can be accessed on any game that has online features. And that's basically it, guys. If you found this video interesting, give me a like. If you using your PS2 online again, get in the comments, tell me what games you're playing. I did find another method to play all sorts of retro consoles online called Excellent Kai, so I'm hoping to do another video about that. And if you want to chat about playing PS2 games online or other ways to play other consoles online, catch me on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/cellophane32. I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.